pinagpala sa babaeng lahat, at pinagpala rin naman ang iyong anak na si Jesus.
Santa Maria, Ina ng Diyos, ipanalangin mo kaming makasalanan, ngayon at kung kami mamamatay. Amen.
Darito ang alipin ng Panginoon.
Maganap nawa sa akin, ayon sa wika mo.
Aba, Ginoong Maria, napupuno ka ng grasya. Ang Panginoong Diyos ay sumasa iyo. Bukod kang pinagpala sa babaeng lahat, at pinagpala rin naman ang iyong anak na si Jesus.
Santa Maria, Ina ng Diyos, ipanalangin mo kaming makasalanan, ngayon at kung kami mamamatay. Amen.
At ang Verbo ay nagkatawang tao.
At nakipamayan sa atin.
Aba, Ginoong Maria, napupuno ka ng grasya. Ang Panginoong Diyos ay sumasa iyo. Bukod kang pinagpala sa babaeng lahat, at pinagpala rin naman ang iyong anak na si Jesus.
Santa Maria, Ina ng Diyos, ipanalangin mo kaming makasalanan, ngayon at kung kami mamamatay. Amen.
Ipanalangin mo kami, o Santang Ina ng Diyos,
nang kami maging dapat na makinabang sa mga pangako ni Jesucristong Panginoon.
Manalangin tayo. Panginoon aming Diyos, kasihan mo nawa ang aming mga kaluluwa ng iyong mahal na grasya, at yayamang dahilan sa pamamagitan ng anghel ay nakilala namin ang pagkakatawang tao ni Jesucristong anak mo, pakundangan sa mahal niyang pagpapakasakit at pagkamatay sa krus, ay papakinabangin mo kami sa kanyang pagkabuhay na magmuli sa kaluwalhatian sa langit, alang-alang kay Jesucristo ring Panginoon namin. Amen. Luwalhati sa Ama, at sa Anak, at sa Espiritu Santo.
Kapara noong sa unang-una, ngayon at kailanman, at magpasawalang hanggan.
Amen.
Amen.
Lahat ng drama, tawanan, balita, at all-time favorite music hits.
On air, online, on the ground.
Sa lungkot at ligaya, kami pa rin ang inyong kasama. We're the place where you truly belong. Mula sa TVH Group of Networks, ito ang inyong himpilan. Ito ang inyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Good afternoon, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. This is koolNews at noon. I am Pyro, and we are live on TVH Group of FM and News Radio 93.1 in bringing the latest stories that care for you and the entire nation. Let's begin with our top stories as former President Rodrigo Duterte has formally appealed to the International Criminal Court for an interim release to an undisclosed country. Duterte's counsel, Nicolas Government, made the tribunal aware of the ex-chief executive's appeal in the filing date June 12, noting that a specific government, which was undisclosed and redacted in the document, has expressed its advance and principled agreement to receive Duterte. The document states, Mr. Rodrigo Roa Duterte respectfully requests, in accordance with Article 60 of the Rome Statute, interim release to redacted. The government of redacted has expressed to the defense its advance and principal agreement to receive Mr. Duterte onto its territory for the term of his interim release and will act in accordance with its domestic law to implement such conditions as deemed appropriate by Pretrial Chamber 1. In the context of the ICC, as interim release, also known as provisional release, is a temporary discharge of an accused who the court has detained. To date, records show that the ICC has interim release agreements with the Kingdom of Belgium and the Argentine Republic. Government argued that Duterte did not meet any of the conditions to warrant further pretrial detention. He likewise does not pose an objective risk of flight, nor is his arrest necessary to ensure the integrity of the investigations or to preclude the continued commission of crimes. He must, as a result, he immediately released from ICC custody, the following weeks. Kaufman added that the ICC prosecution did not oppose the interim release request. The defense said the non-opposition of the prosecution is an indication of acceptance of the risk outlined under Article 581B of the Roman Statute about being a flight risk, obstruction of justice, or continuation of crimes. Aside from not being a flight risk, the defense assured that there will be no imperilment of proceedings since the case is not yet at an advanced stage of disclosure and Duterte's access to confidential information is negligible. They added that Duterte also agreed to refrain from public engagement and communication with persons outside his family and agreed to abstain from using the internet and other electronic devices, including mobile phones. The defense also highlighted Duterte's age as a compelling humanitarian ground for his release to the undisclosed country, which they described as having a stable and suitable environment. With this, Duterte's legal team appealed that the pre-trial chamber order Duterte's immediate release into the country undisclosed to the public under any conditions as deemed appropriate. At least 421 documents, 9 photos, and nearly 16 hours of audio and video files will be used as evidence against Duterte when he faces the tribunal again in September. The prosecution previously said it applied for an arrest warrant against Duterte for the crimes against dignity of murder, torture, and rape on February 10. In the other news, not pursuing the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte would send the wrong signal that justice is selective and applies only to those who are poor and powerless, Anti-Policy Second District Representative Romeo Acop said. During a press briefing on Wednesday, Acop and the rest of the prosecution team were asked if the impeachment was only employed to derail Duterte's possible presidential bid in 2028, as what supporters of the Vice President have claimed. Acop claimed that the impeachment was not about the personality of Duterte, but was regarding the pursuit of accountability. This is not against one person. That is precisely the reason why the provision on accountability of impeachment officers is separate from the provisions is in the Constitution regarding removal of officers in government. This is about the truth. This is about accountability, right? Concept. Because if we do not do this thing, we are sending the wrong signal to the Filipino people that our Constitution can just be violated by powerful people. This is not a fight against one person. No, it's not personal as far as this representation is concerned, he added. According to Acop, there is a reason why the Lady Justice, a woman holding scales known as a symbol of the rule of law, is blindfolded, so that it would not judge based on factors external to the case. It's about, shall we say, implementing the provisions of the Constitution properly and appropriately and sending to the people the proper signal that justice should have one standard, not two, one for the rich and powerful and one for the poor. That should not be the case, he said. That's why the eyes of the Lady Justice are covered. Why? Because it should be equal to all kinds of people, whether rich or poor alike, he added. Both chambers of Congress ratified on Wednesday the Bicameral Conference Committee report, which sets 4-year terms from the current 3-year limit for barangay and sangguniang bataan SK officials. The report, which consolidates Senate Bill number 2816 and House Bill 11287, amends Republic Act number 7160 or the Local Government Code of 991 or 1991, particularly the terms and the date for the next barangay and SK elections, or BSK. It will be sent to President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. for his signature. Should the President sign it into law, the next BSK would be held on the first Monday of November next year instead of December 1st this year. Vice President Sara Duterte said he wanted to bring home her father, and former President Rodrigo Duterte was not her but rather her ally, Senator Amy Marcos. Duterte made this remark in a speech to overseas Filipinos marking Independence Day in Malaysia, where she was joined by Marcos. Wherever I go, I bring her along because I tell her I am not the one to bring home former President Duterte to the Philippines. Because your brother was the one who take him to the Hague, you'll be the one to bring him home to the Philippines, she said in Filipino. The elder Duterte was arrested and turned over to the International Criminal Court last March to face allegations of crimes against humanity for drug war killings. Human rights groups estimate the death of toll for the former president's anti-narcotics campaign was up to 3,000 people.
At sa mga nakausap ko, lahat sila nagsabi, it is unthinkable for a government to surrender its citizen to a foreign power. Yan ang eksaktong sinabi sa akin ng isa sa mga nakausap ko. Tapos, lingo-lingo siya, siya. Pero sa Pilipinas, napakadali na ibigay ninyo ang inyong former head of state. Kaya ako man ay, kahit hindi anak, kahit sabihin na lang natin, karaniwang mamamayan, nahihiya ako sa ginawa natin sa ating dating Pangulo. At syempre, inimbita ko si Senator Amy Marcos, kung saan man ako pumupunta, dinadala-dala ko siya. Kasi sinasabi ko sa kanya, hindi ako ang magbabalik kay dating Pangulong Duterte sa Pilipinas. Dahil ang kapatid mo ang nagpadala sa kanya sa Hague, ikaw ang magbabalik sa kanya sa Pilipinas. Kaya dala-dala ko yan siya lagi, kahit saan ako pumunta. Kasi alam nyo, bakit? Kahit saan din ako pumunta, lahat ng Pilipino nagsasabi, iuwi mo sa akin. Sinasabihan ako, kahit nung bata sa kampanya namin sa Manila, maliit na bata na pagbaba ko sa stage, mukha siyang mga 8-9 years old. Sabi niya sa akin, ibalik mo si Tatay Digong. Ha? Bakit ako? Ikaw! Diba? Kaya dala-dala ko yan siya. Kahit saan. Para siyang naka-hostage. Bibitawan ko lang yan siya kapag si dating Pangulong Duterte ay nabalik na sa Davao City.
Later on koolNews at noon, Senate Act can endanger Philippine democracy according to Philconsa. Also in the news, Bureau of Internal Revenue extends deadline for estate tax amnesty applications. And more news headlines right here on koolNews at noon. It is now 12:13 in the afternoon. Stay along with us. We will return after the break.
This koolNews edition was brought to you by Star Wax Floor Wax with waterproof formula, long-lasting shine. Star Wax Floor Wax, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified, world-class quality. ACS. Melody Mart, your everyday vibe for convenience. And Kapinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee from FES Manufacturing Corporation.
Hello, I'm Cheryl Kosim, news anchor and TV host. I stay true to my principles and stand for the truth. Kaya sa MX3 capsule, dito ako bilib.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
MX3 Natural Supplements, verified with alpha, beta, and gamma mangosteen. MX3, tunay, natural at original.
Wala kang di malalampasan pag may tiwala sa sarili. Tagay na sa swabing lasa at hagod ng Tanduay Rum. 170 years nang naniniwala sa tibay ng Pinoy. Ang tunay na matibay, may tibay Tanduay. Drink responsibly.
Oh, napagod sa school? Ay. Oh!
Tanghalian na, ang pampasigla. Tara na, refresh na. Pag may tanghalian sumisigla, may fruity goodness na. Siksik pa sa sustansya, kaya tanghalian na. Pasiglahin ang tanghalian with Dan.
Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time. Champion detergent ang gamit ko.
Champion na.
Playtime with bunso kasi may champion na. Present lagi sa school pag champion sa laba. Gumimik with ate dahil may champion na. Lambingan with hubby, champion ako dyan. Kung gustong mag-shopping, dapat mag-champion ka. Mag-movie marathon, mabilis lang maglaba. Kung gusto nyong mag-swimming, tara mag-champion na. Lahat ng gusto nyo, mama daming time. Tanggal mancha sa damit ni tatay, t-shirt ni kuya, mabango na rin. May quick wash technology ang champion. Family bonding ng priority ko. Salamat sa champion! Champion na! Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time. Champion detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Pag 40s na at may high cholesterol o diabetes, nagkakaroon ng pamimitig at pangangalay dahil maaaring kulang sa vitamin B. Connie Reyes po! At ang payo ni Doc para dyan, Vanular. Tulong laban sa pamimitig at pangangalay so you can do more with your hands and feet with proper diet and a healthy lifestyle.
Not just 3 but 5 B vitamins. Vanular.
Vitamin B complex is the generic name of Vanular. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Dream Karaoke po, tuwing paggising mo sa umaga, kailangan mo ng kapeng gigisingin ka sa tapang at sarap. Kaya lumipat na ako sa bagong kape ng bayan.
Tikman ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Kapinoy Coffee. Gawa sa purong Arabica at Robusta mula sa pinakamainit na puso ng Pilipinas. Piniling mabuti at inihanda ng may pagmamalasakit.
Tama-tama lang ang tapang at sarap. O mga Kapinoy, subukan nyo ng tikman ang lasa ng bayan.
Tikman na ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Kapinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee.
Kapinoy Coffee, masarap na coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee.
Also available, Kapinoy Coffee 3-in-1 and Pure Creme. Bili na sa inyong mga suking tindahan.
Mga Kapinoy, tikman nyo na ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Kapinoy Coffee. Tamang-tama lang tapang at sarap ng kape na tiyak na magigising ka. Kaya subukan na ang bagong Kapinoy Coffee. Also available, Kapinoy Coffee 3-in-1 and Pure Cream mula sa FBS Manufacturing Corporation.
Break time means refreshing up time for me. Magnolia healthy and fruit drink refresh it up. Fits me to a T. Sabayan niyo akong tikman. From mango's tropical rush to grapes juicy stir fry. Strawberry sweet, lemons kick, apples crisp fries. Fruity flavor for all. Magnolia healthy and fruit drink. Tara na magpa-refresh it up. Magnolia feeling good set up.
Hi guys, today we'll get to know Bjorn Usok, Dunkin's newest endorser. Usok, what's your current favorite drink?
Dunkin' Ice Breve.
Ooh, it's that bold espresso made indulgent with half milk and half cream. Shall we give it a try? Sarap!
Rich, smooth, creamy.
There's nothing like Dunkin' Iced Breve.
My new choice.
Our new choice.
Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Pangarap ay
umangat pero minsan ay sangat. Sa barangay nagtutulungan at may taglay na kabayanihan. Kabayani kita sa Ginebra, ikaw ang inspirasyon. Kahit di madali, katuwang sa bawat sandali. Kabayani kita, oh, sa One Ginebra Nation. Sa tapang niyo, mas ganado ako. Kabayani kita, oh, sa One Ginebra Nation. Kaya para sa barangay, ako namang magbibigay. Kabayani ka, kabayani, kabayani, kabayani kita. Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, never say die, isigaw. Kabayani kita.
Drink responsibly.
October 3, 2022, radio commentator, vlogger, and administration critic Percival Mabasa or Percy Lapid was gunned down near his home in Parañaque City. Gunmen surrendered while mastermind former VOC chief Gerald Bantag is still on the loose. May 31, 2023, Crescenciano Chris Bundokin, known for his local commentary on DWXR 101.7 Kalahing FM in Calapan, Oriental, Mindoro, was shot outside his home by gunmen riding the motorcycles. November 5, 2023, an assailant broke into the booth of Juan Humalon or DJ Johnny Walker of 94.7 Gold FM Calamba, Misamis Occidental, shot him twice and even stole his necklace.
Since 1986, 199 journalists have been brutally murdered in the Philippines. Their voices may have been silenced, but truth can never be distorted. A message from TVH Group of Networks.
And we are back with Cool News at noon. It is now 12:22 in the afternoon. Continuing with our headlines, the Senate's decision to return the impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte to the House of Representatives may constitute grave abuse of discretion, according to the country's oldest constitution watchdog, warning that any circumvention of the process would endanger democracy. The Philippine Constitutional Association, or PhilConsult, led by retired Chief Justice Reynaldo Puno on Thursday, said the Senate's order, issued 2 days earlier, raises grave constitutional questions and challenges the integrity of the impeachment process. It called on the Senate to uphold its constitutional duty and proceed with the impeachment trial in accordance with the Constitution and the rule of law. Any act or device that circumvents this duty gravely imperils our democratic institutions, it said in a statement. The statement was the latest to call out the move, approved in an 18-5 vote by the Senate Impeachment Court, to return or remand the articles of impeachment to the House. There is no provision in the 1987 Constitution that allows the Senate as the impeachment court to do this. Meanwhile, the Bureau of Internal Revenue has extended the deadline for filing of applications for estate tax amnesty to June 16, 2025 from the previous cutoff of June 14. In an advisory, the Bureau encouraged taxpayers to file their application on or before the deadline, taking into consideration the Senate processing time and cut-off for bank transactions. The amnesty program covers the estate of descendants who died on or before May 31st, 2022, with or without assessments. The failure to submit the same is tantamount to non-availment of the estate tax amnesty, and any payment may be applied against the total regular estate tax due to inclusive of penalties, the Bureau added. The delinquent estate tax liabilities, which have become final and executory, and those covered by tax amnesty or on delinquencies are exempted from the program. Properties involved in cases pending in appropriate courts cannot avail of the tax amnesty as well. Let's head over to international headlines now as a North Korean naval destroyer damaged in the boat launched last month was successfully set afloat on the second attempt, with leader Kim Jong-un presiding, state media said Friday. A ceremony for the ship baptized the Kang Hong after a top North Korean general killed in the 1950-53 war was held on Thursday at the Rajin shipyard off the coast from where the boat attempt occurred, according to Pyongyang's official Korean Central News Agency. Just over 2 weeks since the accident, the ship was safely raised and floated, and today, as planned, complete restoration has been finished, Kim said, according to KCNA. Kim has also approved a plan to build 2 more destroyer-class vessels next year, the agency added. The decision yields a significant and dramatic change in the status and defense activities of our Navy, Kim said, according to KCNA. Photos released by the agency showed Kim was accompanied by his daughter Ju-ae. He claimed that the provocative intentions of the US and its allies have recently become more blunted, and the level of threats to our security has clearly gone far beyond the dangerous limit. We must develop our naval power more comprehensively and rapidly so that the enemy cannot even think of carrying out aggressive actions in the waters around us, the North Korean leader said. The successful launch comes after Pyongyang last month announced a serious accident when workers first tried to put the 5,000-ton destroyer into water in the northeastern port city of Chongqing. The mishap crushed sections of the bottom of the newly built ship. Pyongyang later covered it with the tarpaulin, satellite images showed. South Korean intelligence believed North Korea's so-called side launch attempt of the ship failed and the vessel was left listing in the water. Kim called the incident a criminal act caused by absolute carelessness, and state media subsequently reported the arrest of 4 officials in connection with the botched launch. But the country said soon afterwards that the extent of damage to the vessel was not serious and that it would take 2 or 3 days to drain it and another 10 to restore the destroyer site. The South Korean military estimated that based on its size and scale, the new warship is similarly equipped to the 5,000-ton destroyer-class vessel Cho Daeyeon, with which North Korea unveiled in late April. Also, Israel carried out strikes against Iran on Friday, targeting its nuclear and military sites after U.S. President Donald Trump warned of a possible massive conflict in the region. Israel's operation struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear enrichment program, taking aim at the atomic facility in Natanz, and nuclear scientist Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said. The operation against Iran will continue as many days as it takes, Netanyahu said. Iran's chief of staff Mohammad Bagheri was likely estimated, said an Israeli security official. Iranian state media said residential buildings in Tehran were also hit, killing a number of civilians, including women and children. Fire and smoke were seen at the key state for Iran's Revolutionary Guards, state TV reported, while explosions were also heard in Natanz city in Iran's central province. The Guards leader Hossein Salami was killed in the strikes, Iranian media said. As we're down to the last 2 minutes, we are now heading over to the showbiz. SM Entertainment's Rookie Girl group Hearts to Hearts is once again under scrutiny over alleged excessive security measures after a fan claimed she was physically assaulted by a guard during the group's recent airport appearance. The incident occurred Sunday in the shuttle train boarding area of Incheon Airport's passenger terminal as the group was departing for China. A video widely circulated on social media earlier this week shows what appears to be a Hearts-to-Hearts security guard striking a woman while escorting the members through the crowded terminal. With that, it is now 12:29 in the afternoon, and that is all for the headlines this afternoon. If you have any news suggestions or feedback you would like to share, you can get in touch with us through our email at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. This has been Cool News at Noon. I am Caro. This is your station. This is home. And the music continues right here on Cool FM. Good afternoon.